All right. So, what we sold this week, again, these are not, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a get rich quick thing to do. This is get out there, grind, go find the items at the best possible price. Investigate, research, look at the items, look at the sell, what they call a sell-through rate. I'll explain that later also in another video. But this was, I just got to get out the first initial, what am I doing? So, but basically, it's you have to get out and do it. You can't expect. I see all the YouTube videos in the world, all of them. But if I don't actually get out to the thrift store, or to the Goodwill, to the wherever, it's nothing's going to happen. So, and again, for the sake of numbers sake, I'll tell you what I bought. The average sales purchase that I did was $6.50. Some were $3, some were $10, some were, $15. I can't. Again, the average is what I got going, and you would be surprised. Well, so I'll give you the week, but I will tell you some surprises in the 2.5 months that we have been doing this. Okay, so we bought a sports coat. The name of the brand was called Stefano Ricci. Now, I've never heard of this brand in my life, but I know when we were at the Goodwill searching up stuff, and my husband brought me this jacket, I was like, oh, well, I mean, it's nice, it feels good, whatever. So I looked it up. I just wanted to hide it. I wanted to just like cuddle it and be like, mine, 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 because the comps on it, the sell-through rate, the whole shebang was. I couldn't believe we just found this in the Goodwill. So a Stefano Ricci jacket, we bought 2 of them. We paid $10 for it. Within a month, the first month, we sold one of those jackets for $300. Yes, $300. We sold one of those blazers that we found. The other one is on our in our store for $500. And we're actually finagling back and forth an offer with somebody today that all this came back and forth between $350 and $400. So we're waiting for that to come through. But holy thrift! Like, oh my goodness, I'm in disbelief. I believe it because I actually cashed out the other one that we sold. But it's amazing what you find out there. Everybody wants that deal. Everybody. I do. Oops. I want that deal. But I know that doesn't happen every day. That is something, because I was out there doing research, I found it. But for the most part, this is what they call in the industry bread and butter. Bread and butter, like $10, $20, $30, $15, $5. Literally, it's all those dollars that add up to make this a successful endeavor. Okay, but you're not going to get a Stefano Ricci every time you go out. Granted, we got 2 jackets. We found a pair of pants of Stefano Ricci. If you ever see it, grab it. The pants, the button was broken. The little hem was out a little bit. Whatever. We paid $8 for the pants, and we sold the pants for $90 on eBay. And that was after a back and forth. We had it on there for $110, and we ended up selling it for $90. So they're out there, okay? But you got to be there to see it. You got to be there to find it. You got to be there to have the experience, okay? You can't just, oh, I'm going to go one day and I find something, and then next day I'm going to find the same exact thing. I'm going to find something that's going to give me, $200-300 in one shot. That's not going to happen. But I guarantee the consistency, being out there every time you go, you see something that you recognize from before. Today we went thrifting today. I saw Under Armour golf pants. I just sold them like 2 weeks ago. I just sold them. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to get another one. I sold them for $21. I paid $5 for them. Okay. Hey, money's money. Profit is profit. And what I've learned is I just want to double my money. If I can just double it, happy days. Because to make $10 in this environment, it's not that hard. I want the $300 sale. I want the $100 pants or $90 pants sale. But what I'm going to get is the $15 sale more often than not. So I've also come up with I didn't come up with it, but there is a formula in my brain that happened. My husband, we were figuring, okay, what is the minimum? we will take? What is the, how does that work? I mean, we don't want to lose money, and we don't want to come out here for $2 either. So, so a quick little thing in your head. If you see the price, let's say it's a $5 pants that you're going to buy. If you look in eBay or when you're doing your sell-through rate, if you look in these scenarios and you see that it can sell for 3 times the amount that you bought it, 5, 10, if you can sell it for $15, you've just doubled your money. Okay. Granted, you just made $5, but when you do that on an item that's $20, let's say you find a $20 item and you see you can sell it for, $60, you just made $20. You're doubling your numbers. And even if it's double, there's times where it's going to be triple, quadruple. I don't even know what that other jacket was the profit we made on it, but there's times where it's going to be more. Those more will even out the bread and butter. Okay. Because it's going to happen. You're out there. When you're out hunting, you're going to find stuff. Okay. You can't just sit on your couch and say, hey, I found that jacket last week. I'm going to sit back because I made this sale. And when you go back out, there's no more jacket to be found. All right. You got to get in the rhythm you're not just going to find treasure the first time you go out. You have to get into the rhythm of going and being and looking. And what I'm finding is that things change. The season changes. When we started, it was, like I said, February. It was cold. We were finding these jackets, and the Patagonia. Our first sale was a Patagonia vest that we saw K-Way talking about Patagonia and these vests and what have you. I found a Patagonia vest for like $7. I don't wear Patagonia. I don't even know, whatever. So I found a vest for $7 and we sold it for $40. It was our first sale. I mean, if that wasn't a sign, I'm just saying. But anyways, so the sales for this week, and like I said, bear in mind, we're going to give you numbers of what they sold for, and you're going to take off $650 from there, and give or take for the fees. So there's obviously, eBay has their fees, Poshmark has their fees. Average about 20% for the fees after any promos or anything like that going on there. So man, when I tell you, it's fantastic to wake up to cha-ching, a little cha-ching. This morning we had 3. All right, it doesn't happen very often. There was 2 or 3 weeks ago we had 0 in the whole week, and it's like, is this working? What just happened? So you got to take the good with the bad. You got to write it out. You have to be consistent. Keep going. Keep picking up. Keep going to the store. Keep spending the money, because it takes money to make money. I know everybody's heard that a bazillion times, but this, at least, it won't break the bank, and the money comes back quickly. Okay, pretty quickly. So this morning I woke up to a cha-ching, to a FootJoy golf shirt. I am finding, so I did have, my friend was asking me about this. Well, another reason doing the video is because I was talking to a friend that I'm doing eBay, blah, 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 and she's started talking and asking questions. She's also doing it, and we didn't know. She had just started like looking at stuff, wasn't sure if it was worth it. And I'm giving her all this information. I'm telling her to do this and, look here and look for this and YouTube this guy. And I'm like, man, I've learned a lot in the past 2.5 months. Honestly, like, I didn't give myself enough credit for the research that I was doing, for the things that I was learning. And as I'm talking to her and giving her information, I'm like, wow, like, I've learned. I know this stuff. I don't know everything. No, I'm not my teenage son, but I know a lot. I've researched a lot. There's a lot more to research. There's a lot more to learn, because seasons change, clothing change, taste change, styles change. I mean, it's an ever-changing environment, and you have to change with it. But to be able to go to the Goodwill, honestly, clothes that I grew up on. I grew up on the Goodwill. My mom, it was like, that was shopping when I was younger, because my mom was a single parent, and the Goodwill stuff. But hey, that Goodwill's packed. It's full of people buying for themselves, no shame, full of people reselling as well. So in the same breath, it's like, oh my goodness, you have all this competition or people looking, whatever. You know how many clothes there are in the world? You know how many people there are in the world? I don't know either number, but I know they're big. So that's it. Like, hey, I just want a piece of the pie. I don't need to eat the whole pie. I want a piece. And if it takes me going to the store to go get a piece of that pie, then off to the store I go. So anyways, so back to what we sold this week from April, when I say April 6th to the 12th. So this morning there was a FootJoy 2XL golf shirt. I sold for $16 this morning. And the clients pay for shipping, so that's that. Um, just last week, my husband found an Armani Exchange t-shirt. All the big hits and the graphics and stuff on it, those do well. A regular Armani black, no, you want people like flashy and everything. So that one sold for $24 also this morning. Let's see. Oh, and this is eBay. So there was 2 from eBay and 1 from Poshmark this morning. I said I woke up with 3 cha-ching. So the other one on Poshmark was a lady wanted there was some linen pants we had, and we sold it from the back and forth. We had it on sale for 33. Back and forth, we ended up selling them for 27. So that was the other one done. And then the other Stefano Ricci jacket is in the works and discussions to see if it gets sold soon, hopefully, crossing my fingers. If not, it has a lot of views. It has a lot of people looking at it. It's a very expensive jacket. I mean, honestly, after, like I said, I saw comps for it, and I was like, these jackets are like $2, $3, $4, $5,000 for the jacket. So even at $300, $400, $500, it's a steal for somebody that knows their stuff in the style industry there in there. So we found a Faraday vest. My husband did a quilted Faraday vest, and he found it, and we sold it yesterday for $55. And I remember that one because we bought it so yesterday was Saturday. We had bought it the previous Sunday because we go out the weekends. So the previous Sunday he purchased it at the Goodwill. It had no tag on it when we purchased it, and I asked the lady, "Can you put a tag? I want this item," and it was like $6.99. Paid $7, got $55 out of it. So you get a minus 20% on average for fees, and then the $6.50 that we paid for it. So, hey, that sounds good to me. April 10th, we sold a Porter and Ash polo shirt that I found we sold it for $22.50. I found that one at the Salvation Army, and I know I paid, I know the average $6.50, but I remember when I pay them cheap, so I think I paid like $5 for that one, and we sold it for $22.50. So that was April 10th. April 9th, I sold a Havana Club Guayabera. This Guayabera was one of the first things that we purchased. And it was literally 2.5 months ago, probably the first week that we bought stuff. And this whole time I'm like, man, are these Guayaberas going to sell? Is anybody going to buy them? Like, who's looking at it? What's going on here? All these views and nobody's buying it. Like, obsessed. I'm looking at the views, who's watching it, how many people have seen it. But like, so finally it sold. I felt like it was an eternity. But when you look at the videos and the YouTube and other people and their videos, you know that if you sell it within 60 to 90 days, you're doing pretty good. I mean, that's good stuff right there. People have items for a year. I'm in it for the long haul, I don't know, whatever, the longevity. So if I have it for a year and I sell a year from now, hey, it's already paid for, basically. This inventory in probably, hopefully, the next 2 to 3 months pays for itself and will be in the green. Because the fixed items, obviously, I'm not buying a shelf every week. I'm not buying bags every day. I'm not buying boxes every time. So eventually the fixed expenses will even out, and then we'll be in the green with the inventory that's come in. So that was the Guayabera, sold on April 9th, sold it for $22. Then we threw in, my daughter plays softball. We threw in one of her softball bats. We put it on, and in about a week, it sold. It was like $50, but just give her some change there. Well, that one I paid like $300 for, but it was probably about 4 years ago. So we've had it for a while. Obviously lost on that one, but it was a softball bat that I never even knew that. I would have just given it away at some point. So I made $50 on it. So that was April 9th. April 8th, a tie. My husband found a Brooks Brothers silk tie. I remember he paid like $2 for it, which the times have gone up, by the way. I think Goodwill and Salvation Army, these places, the red, white, and blue, these places are catching on. They're catching up to us. So they're catching on. He bought this tie for $2. We sold it for 20. That was April 8th. April 7th. This was also an item that way in the beginning, we went to what do they call it? A box store? No, a bin store. So we went to this bin store. Okay. We're thinking, ooh, we're going to sell on eBay. We're going to find all this good stuff, blah, blah. And we did not know an iota of what we were doing. It was just, looking back, it's just silly. Like, what in the world are we doing in that store? But we went to the bin store. They're selling things, 4 for $12 or 3 for 12. I don't know. Yeah, 3 for $12. So we paid like $4 for these things. And we bought it and we're like, oh, this looks good. It was something with tags on it, what have you. A pair of bike shorts. Okay. We paid $4 for them. I just want to get rid of these bike shorts. Like, what was I thinking in the first place? Well, I sold them for $11. Okay. So that's what I was thinking. So $11 minus 20%. So that's like $2 right there. The $4 I paid for is those 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I made $5 on some bike shorts as I was just experimenting, not knowing what I was doing. Okay. Doesn't sound like much because it isn't. But when you don't know what you do, I didn't lose money. I didn't lose it. That's the point. Like, even if I break even, I'm not losing the money. So, hey, I'm good with that. Profit is profit. That's what hubby says. Profit is profit, and I take it. We've got April 6th. Oh, they were last week then. So a pair of Under Armour golf pants. They was $24.99 is what I sold them for. They sold April 6th. And I paid $6.50. We'll do $6.50 on that. And that's it. That's it for this week. The rest, it gets into the earlier weeks, but I said this past week because I do want to start, like I said, being accountable week at a time. What sold this week, what we purchased this week. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 with Poshmark. So 9 on eBay and 3 on Poshmark. So he sold 12 items this week. Again, not huge ticket items, but I've profited on every single one of them. Okay. When $6.50 I spend, I make $10 here, $20 there, $6 here, $5 there. It all comes out in the wash. And when you do get the big ticket items, it just makes it even just sweeter at that time. I cash it all in. When it comes in, I cash in, I buy some more. Literally, I cash in. It's all on the credit card. I don't have any money. It's all on the credit card. I put it on the credit card. When the money comes in, I pay the credit card, I buy some more. So it's like this business is running on credit right now. Okay. And you got to do what you got to do. Get off your ass. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but get off the couch and, make it happen. If we can do it, you can do it. It's not as difficult as it seems. It's scary. It is scary. It's weird that the things that scare us. It's scary. Why am I scared to start a business? Why am I scared to make a YouTube video? Like, really? Anyways, so so that's where we are right now. I am going to do a little pause. It's not going to be an edit. I'm just going to turn it off and turn it back on when I get to the table to show you everything that we bought this weekend. And we'll go from there. All right.